I just had my 10X Mentorship with Brandon Dawson. I'm Ria, and here are my 11 lessons learned on today's topic, law firm niche. Lesson 1, case. One of the things that I struggle with a lot is, as a family law firm trying to apply the concepts of scaling, I didn't really know what that meant. And so, my plan is I need to bring up some younger attorneys and give them the kind of an equity interest to look forward to. Eventually, in order to really bring them up and scale them and have that be a part of the exit plan. Is that the best way to apply these concepts? Lesson 2. Answer. Brandon says, I'm a firm believer that the best way to know how to build something is to model, mimic, and master what somebody else built. And when you look at the legal space, what is the only way most firms retain key people and elevate them to the system? Lesson 3. Reply. In my experience, most of the time they become equity partners and then eventually shift out. They just use their name and they stay in. As you know, people who bring in business every once in a while, they are the names, partner. So they still get that residual income and then they just kind of fade away. So I'm trying to use the same concepts, not because I plan to sell, but because eventually I would like to be the equity partner who doesn't have to be hands-on all the time. Lesson 4. Brandon says, so you're going to have to do the tiered structure and build incentives. Lesson 5. Brandon adds, there's nothing wrong with having a great cash flow business. And then you take that cash flow and you invest in the passive assets. Lesson 6. Brandon says, for me, when I was earning a lot of income, I was pushing it into the storage units and passive income. So fast forward, I sell my business, but I already had a significant net worth because I had 15 years of appreciation of my mini storage in office buildings and things that paid me a passive income. But then I got a bunch of money. And then I had a new problem because I've been doing small or passive income deals with other partners. And that wasn't where my intention was. And they were good operators. But now I had a big piece of money and I was like no big operator. So that was one of the reasons I originally looked at Grant Cardone, because the speed in which he is able to deploy capital and the quality assets. Lesson 7. So, you should have a two-pronged approach. I'm going to build this family law firm of experts, like you gotta carve out your niche so that your billable rates are higher. So you got to push those rates high enough. So you got to be not just an expert in your areas of legal guidance and advice, but maybe even authorities in certain areas so that you can command higher premiums. And then you can augment your firm with up-and-comers that you can develop into becoming authorities. Lesson 8. So, you can develop people in the remarkability faster than them figuring it out on their own. Lesson 9. You got to become a teacher. You got to move from the doing to the teaching so that you can develop an arsenal of young providers that want to go out and make a lot of money. In this case, if the highest example and he only makes 200 grand, you should do the math. How much am I making? How much can I teach other people to make? How many specialties could I create in my firm so I may have 10 different experts in different areas? And how much override could I take knowing as a young lawyer how much do I want to make? Lesson 10. And knowing that nobody's ever happy making the same amount of money. So you got to kind of do the billable rate equation, override equation. The more you create expertise, the higher your billable rate elasticity. Lesson 11. We should be formulating this in our minds. So those are my lessons learned. I hope you learned something. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and you can also download a free section of my book, Apartment Prescription, How I Made from 0 to 50 Apartment Units in 7 years. If I can do it, I know you can do much more. Take care and God bless.